So I've never been to the Boston Book Festival, even though I live right down the street. Well, actually, it's like 16 miles away, but still super close. And so it's a shame I haven't gone before, and we should change that. So let's go. The Boston Book Festival had a ton of events across fiction, nonfiction, poetry, even stuff for kids, and I could only choose a few to actually attend. So here's my schedule, and also I was kind of late leaving, so I had to start going to things at 2 o'clock rather than at 11, which I had been planning to do, but didn't. I got off the Green Line a few stops early and just made a quick little walk around the Boston Commons because it was a beautiful fall day and I just really wanted to enjoy it. And then I headed over to LA Burdick, which is like this really cute cottage, and they have the most delicious and decadent drinking chocolate that I was enjoying while walking to Copley. The first event I went to was located in the Old South Church called The Poetry of Nature. The two authors, Renee Berglund and Alan Lightman, had both written about the inherent spiritualism and magic to be found in nature. I'll let Renee explain that further with an excerpt from her book, Natural Magic, Emily Dickinson, Charles Darwin, and the Dawn of Modern Science. What a title.
Mysterious natural forces and transformations. Changes related to life and death, electricity and magnetism, the formation of crystals and gases, had long been understood as natural magic. What's really interesting about the natural magic concept to me is that it's distinct from the supernatural magic concept. It's the idea that material things, living things, and non-living things, all kinds of non-human material things, have strange powers of agency and interaction that we don't understand.
Unfortunately, I had to skip the Q&A session so I could rush across the street to the Boston Public Library to make it in time for the next session called Black Resistance and Leadership. I really wanted to hear from these accomplished Black scholars who were discussing their work and how they view resistance and what that means for them as writers and artists. I took a lot of clips from each speaker, but I wanted to highlight this answer from Kelly Carter Jackson.
For me, and I've sort of been asked the difference between like resistance and refusal. And for me, resistance is sort of the how you engage or combat white supremacy. But refusal is why. Refusal gets at the heart of why people are so outraged and upset and angry and grieved. And I felt like, again, 2020 was a pivotal moment in terms of how people started to think about refusal, started to say, actually, no, not on my watch, not today, Satan. Like there was this whole pushback of Black people and their allies really refusing the status quo, white supremacy, the books that they were being taught, the curriculum that they were being given, the terms that they were being given. And for me, I talk about refusal a lot because I've seen it so much in my family.
After getting my book signed, I headed out to the fair that was happening right outside of the Boston Public Library. I tried not to get people's faces into the video, so I'm just gonna pop up because someone decided to stare into the camera. So here's a list of the vendors, but it was really cool, and there was also live music.
It's so amazing. Let me sing it one more time. Said I'm giving you the best of me, giving you the best of me. Amazing.
At this point, I had 40 minutes to get some food. But I was willing to risk it all because I saw that they had crawfish hush puppies and a butternut scallop soup. And after I scarfed that down, I ran back to Old South Church for Aiden Thomas's YA keynote. Here he answers a question about burnout that an audience member had for him. This is how he comes to terms with it and deals with it so he can write amazing books.
I'm tired and I'm burnt out and I need a nap. Another one is that I have messed up somewhere in the plot and I feel lost. And then the third is that, God, I don't know. Another one is usually that I feel uninspired and I'm not excited about it. So usually if I feel like I'm like dragging myself through a scene, to fix that problem, I will go back to whatever that original inspiration was, whether it's a TV show, an anime, which often it is, or a book, and remind myself why I'm so excited about this story. If I'm burnt out, I have to like literally put the manuscript away and like sleep in for a week. Because truly, you can burn yourself out so easy, and if you don't have that energy and the inspiration and the excitement, it feels like you're just truly dragging yourself through mud. And if it's a plot reason where I'm like, I've confused myself, which happens very often, I usually have to go back to my outline, my really intense outliner, and like figure out where did I vary from this pretty path I set out for myself, and like figure out how to get back to it. So it's like I have to figure out why I'm feeling this way, and then I kind of have ways in order to like jumpstart it. But I teach a lot of writing workshops and I do a lot of mentorship, and I always say my number one job is to keep you excited about writing, because it is a really hard industry. The process takes forever. Writing a book is so hard, you guys, that you need to have that joy and that excitement around it, and so a lot of it is refinding that joy and excitement. Yeah, that was a good question. Thank you.
I got a copy of Celestial Monsters and Aiden signed it, and then he was like, do you want a selfie? And I said, okay, sure. And then after that I ran out because I needed to go to a furniture store. I was very confused, but the Poetry and Pints event was happening at Room and Board, and it was actually so cozy and really cool. I'm not going to include any of the poems or like snippets from the poems because this event wasn't recorded. And by the way, if you want to hear any of the sessions in full, the Boston Book Festival actually archives all of the audio from all of these different sessions on their website, and I'll include a link down in this description so you can go check those out. But it was really cool. I'm so glad I got to go to this event, and I'm just glad that I took the time to go too. And it was a really great day. It was a beautiful night. I won't include videos of me trying to get to Symphony to get onto the green line so I could get back home. And I'm going to wrap up the video here, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.